I said, look, y'all, I don't know how many more like superstars we have.
Mm-hmm.
Who else could you see performing at the Super Bowl halftime show?
Yeah.
And I'll just give you a quick rundown off the top of my head of some of the answers that I got.
Okay.
And then I would love to hear your expertise. LL Cool J, Nas, Wayne, Eminem. Those are the ones that I got pretty much for the most part. That's off the top of my head. I know I'm missing a couple.
I mean, Drake could.
Oh, I said Drake and Kanye, and I think with the Super Bowl being in New Orleans next year, you do yourself a huge disservice if Wayne is not a part of that.
Right. Wayne could even bring Drake out. He could bring out anybody from Young Money he wants. That could be a career retrospective for Lil Wayne. You know, that's going to be tough. That's, you know,
it's not going to be Lil Wayne's show next year. You know who's doing the halftime show next year.
You think it's T Swift?
100%.
T Swizzle? Yeah.
Absolutely. Unless something like just goes violently wrong, which I doubt. Right. She's doing the halftime show next year. Too much urban music over the last few years. They gotta switch it up.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, here's the thing about Wayne, right? Like, because the Super Bowl is the most watched television program in America. So like, you got to get people they got to have big records that everybody's heard of.
For sure.
Wayne's got really big records, but I don't know. Do old people know Lollipop? Do old people know?
But old people don't know Usher either.
Let me tell you, I was in a room full of old people. They heard the synths from They're like, oh, I know this record.
Yeah, they knew Of course they did.
They knew They
didn't know Oh My God?
They didn't know Oh My God. Okay. They recognized My Boo, which I was like, all right, yeah, sure.
That was a big record. Yeah, I had a little argument in one of my group chats where somebody said that their record wasn't big enough to be performed, and I was like, "You're crazy."
It was a number one record.
Yeah, for 6 weeks.
Yeah, back when that mattered.
Absolutely, it was a huge. I told him when I came out of basic training, it was Drop It Like It's Hot in My Boo. That was everywhere.
That's it. Yeah. 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 Okay. So LL Cool J, no. I don't think so.
I think they missed an opportunity. If they wanted to do like a hip hop 50 like including him and maybe starring him, yes, but like him by himself, no.
Honestly, a hip hop 50 would have been fantastic, because then Questlove's going to run that start to finish. It's going to be a tight. You're going to have 1 million people flying in and out it would have been a little chaotic.
Because he tried to do that at the Grammys. And we talked about this. He got stuck in his own era and stuck with his own biases. And he's going to spend too much time from 87 to 91. It's like, get to the Chronic, get to Puff, like move this train a little faster.
So here's the thing. Before the last year, you could have said, actually, Puff could do it. Puff could do it. He's
Puff
got
100% could have did it. Absolutely.
But they're not calling Puff anymore.
Ever.
Just like they are never calling Kanye.
Never.
Ever.
What about, I just want to shut this down very quickly in a hilarious way. Could Nas do a halftime show?
No. I love Nas. Love Nas. What, man? Was he going to have the kids come out and do I Can? Come on.
He's not going to do New York State of Mind at the halftime show. You know what's going to happen?
He's going to have Primo as his DJ. We're going to do Nas's Like. I'm just kidding. Actually, hold on. If he were to do it, he would do Nas's Like, which is hilarious. But listen, I love Nas's Like. If Nas's Like is making your list of Super Bowl halftime records, you might not be a big enough artist for the Super Bowl. I'm 100%. Sorry. That's just the truth.
100%.
That's just the truth. Just like I would say, who can't do it? The Alchemist can't do it. I love The Alchemist. The Alchemist can't do the halftime show. That's just not him.
His biggest record is Hold You Down.
He's going to have Jada come out for We Gon' Make It.
Would he have Razcast come out for Home Sweet Home?
So I don't think Nas can. But we are in an interesting problem where it's like, who's left that can do it?
I think that I think we're gonna go back to the era of like collaborative halftime shows. I'm looking at the one from 2004, which is Janet Jackson, Puff, Nelly, Kid Rock, Justin Timberlake, Jessica Simpson. Like you can get Jessica Simpson is crazy, right? So look at like I'm just going to go from there and announce and name off all the like solo halftime
Right,
shows.
right.
Paul McCartney, big name. Rolling Stones, big name. Prince, big name. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, big name. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, big name.
Big name.
Right? And then Beyonce, big name.
Big
Bruno,
name.
big name. Katy Perry, big name. And even these are like these. I mean, they still have guests because Bruno brings out Red Hot Chili Peppers. Beyonce brings out Destiny's Child, which is hilarious. She's like, I'm bringing out my people. Katy Perry brings out.
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
Absolutely, I'm coming. Katy Perry brought out Lenny Kravitz and Missy Elliott. Lady Gaga, big name. Maroon 5. Oh, Maroon 5 did bring out Travis Scott. Yeah, okay.
That was such a weird. Remember, they caught so much flack. They're like, "Wait, you're gonna have the Super Bowl in Atlanta, and you're gonna have Maroon 5?"
Yeah, so that's why he brought out Big Boy.
Yeah.
And what did Big Boy do? He did Kryptonite and The Way You Move.
Kryptonite.
And then they transitioned into, and then they transitioned from The Way You Move to Moves Like Jagger. Of course they did.
I hate everything.
Of course they did. Of course they did. So you had The Weeknd, and then you had The Weeknd, you had Rihanna, and you had Usher. So yeah, like we're getting to a point where like Taylor Swift is not on that list. She has to be on that list at some point. Who else do you get from this generation of big artists?
From this generation, I mean,
even just even the last 40 or 50 years. Like you can even go back to the 80s, right? 80s, 90s, up to now. Who do you get? Who can do it?
Could Pharrell do it? Like a Pharrell, it might have to be like a Pharrell and Friends,
like he did at Something in the Water. Yeah.
Right, his solo stuff, but then also all the stuff he's produced. Like, because remember, Pharrell's got more #1 hits even on a solo than you think. Seems corny now, but yeah, he'll play Happy. He'll play,
absolutely.
But
he has to.
Of course, he's gonna play Happy. What's the final record on a Pharrell halftime show?
Probably Happy.
Oh my god!
I know. I feel like but I feel like that's a song that everybody wants to go away. Like that has to stay away for a little while.
That hasn't aged very well. Yeah.
It hasn't. It's like, have you played Old Town Road for any of your like nieces and nephews that like loved it when they were 4 or 5, and maybe now they're like 10 or 11? I did that for my 10-year-old, and she's like offended that I played the song for her. Like, this was your jam. Are you crazy?
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah,
I think it's just Taylor, and then after that they're going to go back.
You're not going to get anybody from this like future like Young Thug, Travis.
No way.
Like, none of these guys can do it. They don't have the records.
Yeah, Travis couldn't do it. Like Travis, it's weird. Like Travis presents as a big artist.
He was on a path towards like 5 years from now. You could talk yourself into it, but Astroworld Festival really delayed.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. What about Kendrick? I don't think he has enough hits. Like, no doubt,
a 13
old white person can recognize them hits.
Let's pull up Apple Music, and we'll just pull up like a Kendrick Lamar Essentials. So give me one second to pull that up. Humble, Swimming Pools, Silent Hill, DNA, N95, All Right, Element,
All Right, yes,
Don't Kill My Vibe, Backstreet Freestyle, Money Trees, Family Ties, Loyalty, Poetic Justice, All the Stars, King Kunta, Sing About Me.
I don't know. See, I just don't think there's enough crossover stuff there.
Yeah, maybe.
I also say because he is explicitly not trying to make
for sure
big sorts of. He's not playing that game right now.
No, he's not playing that game right now. So, and to that point, if he does the halftime show, 60% of the set list is going to be records from Damn.
Right, it's going to be Loyalty. It's going to be
DNA
maybe.
Humble.
It's going to be Humble, but it's going to be that. It's going to be All Right, and it's going to be records from Good Kid,
Backseat Freestyle. I think he'd do Family Ties.
Sure, Get the Kids Turned Up. And
he would do All the Stars, and maybe King Kunta, And I think that's the set. And then
yeah.
Would he do what was the record he did with Taylor Swift or Katy Perry? One of them joints.
It was Bad Blood.
Bad Blood. He could do Bad Blood. He could come out and do Bad Blood during Taylor's set.
That would be funny. She brings out Kendrick. She's
got it. Look, Jay-Z's like, look, not enough color in your set list. You got to bring somebody out. Who have you done a record with? 100% Jay could play that card.
Yeah, and she's gonna be like, fine, I'm bringing out Ice Spice.